Good evening, friends, and welcome to Rowena May Inspired. My name is Kelly. If you're seeing that red live button up there, that means you're catching me live. If not, leave me a comment. I'll give you a shout out at another time. See if we can get some friends to jump on and join us for my little impromptu late night crafting. Guys, this is late for me because legit, I could be in bed at 9 o'clock, let me tell you. Okay, so let's see if we can get some friends to jump on and join us. See if I can get my comments to pop up here on my laptop so I can see, because, you know, I can see. Okay, here I am. Let me see if I can get... Give me a shout out another time. Okay. Hello, Miss Amber, Miss Mary. How are you? Welcome, welcome, friends. Well, I was hoping some friends would jump on and join me tonight. So here I am. Welcome. Hello, Miss Barb and Miss Connie. Well, thank you for spreading the love from Pennsylvania. Okay, you guys, so if you saw the craft I worked on last night when I was watching some other crafters craft, it was the little owls. Did you guys, I didn't bring it over here. Should have brought it over, sorry. I have another frame just like that and some different, this is Hobby Lobby paper. You guys probably seen it before. And I was trying to decide if it actually had, see those spots on there? I was trying to decide if those spots were on there or if I did that somehow, but I don't know, it's been in my bin, so who knows. Anyway, it kind of makes it kind of rustic. Quick before you fall asleep. Well, Miss Joyanne, I'd say I'd put you to sleep, but I think my rapping, I'm not going to be rapping. My flap and trap probably keep you awake, so... Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you for spreading joy. Hello, Miss Marilyn. Lucky night finally caught me live. Well, you guys, I worked today, and then I took myself a nap. And so I was like, I told my husband, I was like, I think I'm going to go down and craft. He's like, you are? I'm like, yeah. I'm all rested. He goes, you want to come up and watch a movie when you're done? I'm like, well, I did take a nap, so maybe I could do that. Hello, Miss Betty from Maine. Welcome. So you guys, I'm going to take the guts out of the picture frame, the guts, and we're going to use it obviously, but I want to paint the frame. I didn't paint the frame last night. I like what you can never put me to sleep, too busy laughing. Oh Lord. Hey, you guys, guess what? I went to Dollar Tree. Hey, surprise, like you're like, no, not you, right? Now tell me what you would have done if you would have done I mean, there's probably better people than me in this world, but this is what I did, okay? So I was at Dollar Tree just a little bit ago. Okay, let me grab some plaster, because you guys know I love plaster. I'm gonna use plaster on this frame. So I'm just gonna paint over it, and then we'll just dress it a little bit. You had a nap too? Can craft half the night. That's right, that's right. So I was at Dollar Tree, and okay, for one, there was like a wild family in the Dollar Tree. Like, the parents were wild, the kids were wild. I was just like, what is happening over in the automotive aisle right now? I don't even know, because I was in the floral aisle. Hello, Miss Glenda. Let me see if we got 30 friends on. We got to draw a couple names. Hold on before I keep going with my story. Well, Miss Rhonda Beers, how are you? I missed your name, but you're the first one I saw, so you are getting on my list. All right, one more. Miss Penny Tanny. Okay, so anyway, I'm over there just minding my own business, just looking for the things, and I hear the mother go, I don't know what the kid's name was. Jonathan! I'm just gonna say Jonathan. Hello, Miss Kathy from South Carolina. Welcome, welcome. Get off the floor! I don't know if she looked at her husband. Well, wait, let me back it up a little bit. You know my stories always go in different order, because I remember things. Before that, she was in the other end of the aisle, and she was yelling at her husband. She's like, husband, what are you doing? We gotta go. And then it turned into, you missed the beginning. No, we just got started. We're using a frame just like I used last night with the owl project. We're doing another owl project tonight. I'm getting ready to paint it with some plaster. But she says, Joseph, I think, did I just call him Joseph? I think that wasn't his name, but I just made that up. Joseph, get off the floor. You know Dollar Tree, come on. Oh, any store floor is disgusting, but I don't know. Remember when Dollar Tree used to have carpet? Yeah, that was really gross. Now they have, like, they replaced, at least here, all the stores are linoleum now. So, but anyway, hello, Miss Christy. Happy Friday to you too. So, I don't know. Joseph was on the floor trying to take a nap. He probably was tired. It was getting, it was like, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. It's probably like, well, it was after 8 because I wanted to go to the Hobby Lobby, but I missed that because they close. They all got to go home early. I think stores should close at 9 o'clock. Does 9 o'clock sound like a good time? Like Universal, stores close at 9 o'clock. You got a cute orange and black polka dot ribbon at Dollar Tree. Oh, sweet. Hello, Miss Teresa. Okay, you guys, I just gonna put a coat right here. I'm gonna have to go on the side, so I'm gonna dry this first. And it's not even totally covered, which is fine because I'm gonna distress it anyway. So anyway, I'm finishing my shopping. I was looking for something specific. I can't even figure out what it was now. Finishing my shopping, I was coming up to the checkout, and of course, here's the guy, the gal, and their kids still going up and down the aisles. Even though she said they gotta go, they're still. I heard her say something about, because they were in the candy aisle, I heard her say something, yes, 9 o'clock all stores, about that Ferrero Rocher, that, is it hazelnut? I'm not a hazelnut lover, so all of you Nutella people, I don't love it. We had an exchange student once that could eat Nutella all day long, every day. But she was like, they have this candy in this store, and look how much they had. Like, all the rest of the candy was sold out, and that was like the only thing left. I'm like, that should probably tell them something. That's probably not a big seller for the Dollar Tree. But anyway, they were just still lingering around. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. I got to go. So there was a manager in the front, and she was talking to a guy, and she was saying something. She was complaining. I think she was alone, and she was like, I don't get my break, which she probably doesn't because she's alone. She was eating a honey bun at the checkout, and I was just like, oh, Lord. Like, whatever you gotta do. Like, if you don't get a break, you gotta eat, right? So I walked up, and there was a $5 bill laying in the aisle, right? I gotta draw another name, you guys. And you love hazelnut coffee creamer, but not Nutella? Well, that works too. I don't like coffee, so I mean, I think that would make it better, wouldn't it? Miss Shauna Arameko. Okay, hold on, look at Shauna. I don't even think I need to put your last name, Shauna. I just know it's you. Okay, let's draw another one because we got 43 people on. Miss Sandy Alguar. I don't know if I say your name right. Miss Sandy. So now tell me if I did a dishonest thing. I feel like I did the right thing, but so obviously I knew it wasn't the cashier's money, right? Unless she like flung it over the side of the thing, right? And I thought, well, maybe I should turn it in. But okay, like, who's gonna come and identify a $5 bill? Like, I lost a $5 bill. Can you identify that $5 bill? No. So I remembered. Okay. So I held on to it, and I was like, I'm gonna go in the parking lot and see if I can find the gentleman who was just in the store, who came through the aisle, right? So I got in my car, my truck, and I backed out, and I saw the guy. And so hello, Miss Cheryl, how are you? So I drove over to where he was at. It was like the next aisle over. And I said, for one, I think I scared him because I was like, were you just in the Dollar Tree? And he was like, wait, what? I was like, did you lose some money? And he was like, oh, no, I didn't lose any money. I was like, okay. So I felt like I did the right thing. I thought maybe it was him, right? Now, did I do wrong? Should I have turned the money into to the manager who was eating the honey bun? I told my husband, and he said I did the right thing. Like, I tried to find the owner. I mean, what are they going to have? A lost and found for money? I doubt it, right? Someone's going to pocket it. So why not be me, right? I just spent like $20 at Dollar Tree. I tried to find who I thought maybe dropped it. You know, I had to be one of the last couple people there because It was right there in the middle of the lane. It wasn't like it was disguised or anything. No, because they would have kept it. You're right. No, she would have kept it. You did the right thing. Keep it. You think you did the right thing. Okay, thank you guys. Because, you know, I was like trying to be, you know, you guys see those videos on Facebook and stuff where they hide money and then they they like watch people. I'm like, somebody watching me? Like, now it wasn't like a stack of 20s like I see them do, you know. It was a $5 bill. So I saw the guy. I tried to give it to him. I would, even if he would have said, yeah, I lost money and didn't even tell me how much, I would have been like, here, I found it. But I wouldn't be like, well, can you identify that bill? I would have just given it to him. So anyway, that was my excitement for my Dollar Tree trip with the crazy family. Oh, I did hear somebody over in the aisle next to me say, on the other aisle say, so you lost $5 today, Miss Cheryl. If I sent it to you, it probably cost me $5 to get it there. I heard this guy say something about he goes, I don't even have a bank account. That's why I shop at Dollar Tree or something. They were having this conversation. The things I hear when I'm just all wandering the aisles looking for things. But I started chuckling because I was like, I wanted to, if he was still in the aisle when it came around, I was going to say, dude, people make good livings off Dollar Tree. So don't be like minimizing the fact that you're shopping in the Dollar Tree. Like, it's all good. Trust me. It's all good. But he was like, that's why I'm here. And he's probably meaning like, he doesn't have a lot of money. So, you know, he's just buying things for $1. But you have to be careful at Dollar Tree. Okay, you guys, we got this all painted. I'm going to distress a little bit. Some of the things you buy at Dollar Tree for $1.25, you can actually get cheaper at like Walmart. And what was the other day I was looking at? Baggies. Check it when you buy, because you know when you go to the store and you just need some like baggies. You think, yeah, $5. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I just spent $19. So really I only spent $14. You know, woohoo. If you're just like in a pinch and you need something really quick, it's probably, you know, like save you gas, right? But like the amount of baggies you get in a package, maybe like 18 baggies for $1.25, when you can go to Walmart and get like 50 for like it's probably like less than $2. It wasn't more than $2. I don't know. So you really have to, Miss Kimberly, you have to know your prices because you can think you're getting a good deal, but you're really not. So just my what now you know with a little rainbow. I don't know. Something else. Oh, I know what it was. Here's another tip. Must be I'm into giving tips tonight, you know. Sorry, my head itches. Just washed my hair. It's kind of crazy. When you're buying baby wipes, make sure you check, because I buy these at Dollar Tree. Now I don't think you can get these cheaper at Walmart, because I think I've looked. I've looked in a while, but I'm pretty sure. Here's the second tip, Miss Rita. Baby wipes, if you're going to use these for crafting, right? This is the best value I found. Now tell me if you guys have found any. I saw Dollar Tree has tie-dye now. I saw it on a video today, but I didn't see any in our store or the store close to me. Check the amount in here, because this is 72 wipes in here for $1.25. But there are packages, like there's a similar package, I think it was Huggies. So this is Fisher Price. Huggies wipes. Now I don't know the quality difference of the wipes, right? These work for me. I've used them pretty much the whole time. But the Huggies wipes had 36 or 32 for the same price. 72. It's baby wipes. You're literally going to wipe stuff and chuck them, right? Sometimes I use so many on my hands and everything else. So watch for that. Hello, Miss Melissa. How are you? So watch for that too. Your amount that you're actually spending, you know, because you got to save the money for the crafts, not the actual, you know, like for the crafting supplies, not the the additional things, you know, like paintbrushes and wipes and all those things. So that's my last tip for today. You got the same wipes. I love those wipes. That's the ones I always buy. If they don't have them, I'm like, dang it, I wanted those. But yeah, that's. And actually, this one tonight, I grabbed the fragrance free. I figure I can't smell anyway. And so, what difference does it make? Okay, you guys, I'm just trying to get the little edges here. Cool. I like the distress look. So we just went over this. It's an oak frame. I had 2 of these. I recently acquired 2 of them. All right, so if you can see, I don't know how well you can see, my lighting is just so cruddy down here. We've got it all distressed looking kind of cool. I like it, I like it. A little bit heavy here and there, but I like it. Okay, leave it alone because I'm just gonna keep taking it off. Okay, so, you go girly, tip away. You love tips. Yes, you just noticed there was a picking some of the Dollar Tree. Yes. Hello, Miss K, how are you? You bought wipes at Dollar Tree and they fell apart when you, oh. I have good luck with, did you buy these? I have good luck with these Fisher Price ones. But I do have to say, if you have a rough surface, any baby wipe's probably gonna like, and yeah, because that's kind of frustrating at times when you, okay, so this frame, or this glass on this is really, really dirty, but we don't really care. Personally, I don't really care because, thank you for sprinkling. I'm gonna flip this glass over, and this piece of scrapbook paper should fit just right, because this is one of those pieces, is it like a 12 by 12? Yeah, from Hobby Lobby. So did anybody go to Hobby Lobby this week and get the discounted ribbon? I went yesterday. I was not impressed with our, anybody from Battle Creek go to the Hobby Lobby here? And I don't know if there's anybody on here from Battle Creek. Because for one, they had one big box of ribbon sitting aside. Like, and okay, so maybe this Hobby Lobby is behind. That's what I get a little frustrated with. Is like, you know, because I follow so many crafters, they'll be like, look at this great deal on ribbon I got. And I see all these like lace ribbons and really pretty ribbon. And I'm like, okay, Battle Creek, Hobby Lobby, where are the lace ribbons? Like, are you totally out of them? Because all they had were like kind of like satin ribbon that probably nobody wanted, is why they're on clearance. But I mean, isn't that why they get rid of them? But anyway, they had boxes and boxes of ribbon that were still closed up. And I was like, okay, so are you guys putting this out? Are you taking it away? They were working on the display, and I was like, forget it. I will come back. You ran it for a minute, but scored some clearance yarn? Nice, nice. Okay, I'm going to put this grubby piece of glass on this so we can Mod Podge it on here. You know, I don't even think did I Mod Podge it on last night? I'm going to do it, but I can't remember if I did or not. You picked up some 99-cent ribbon at Hobby Lobby last week, and there was one you were at the one in Adrian. Dang, you're lucky. Because they had a bunch of stuff for 99 cents, but like I said, it wasn't anything special. I was like, well, I probably have 3 rolls of that already. No, I don't know. I just wasn't impressed with, I saw some people posting them and what they got, and I was like, well, I don't even see these options. I see just one little box. Like, I don't know. But I've been a little annoyed with our Hobby Lobby lately, and I get it. Oh, I don't get it. Okay, here's what I don't get. I know trucks come in at different times of the day, but it seems like I must have like this radar on me that says go to Hobby Lobby when they're stocking like the fall aisle, because I've been there twice now, and these 2 guys who are like, must be the stockers, or the, hold on, because it's not even close to being straight. Hold on, I better get off my soapbox for a second and get this straight, and then I'll go back on it. There we go, that's much better. I mean, for one, they're getting a ton of fall stuff. Hello, Miss Cindy, how are you? A ton of fall things. Like, there's aisles, and I don't think I've ever seen this much fall stuff. I don't know. Like, it's not just when you come in and they do those first, like, maybe 3 or 4 aisles. It now turns the corner and goes way down, like 4 more aisles to the back. It's crazy how much fall stuff they have, which is cool, right? But you know those smaller not smaller aisles, the aisles that have like the smaller craft things for fall. I was in that like a week ago. I was in there, and it's like these guys were stocking, and then I'm gonna use some staining paper. And then this time I was there, they were stocking more, and it's like I was literally going down the aisle with my cart, and the guy comes right up behind me. Like, I stop to look, and he comes right up behind me, and he's almost like, probably if I would have stopped and eaten faster, he would have ran into me. Hey, Miss Terry, you're not catching the replay. I'm live. But then I turned around just in time to see his face, like he was annoyed because I stopped, and I was like, I go, oh, excuse me, and I go over across the aisle. Truck day is Friday here. The rule was no one could leave till all stock off truck. Oh, well, now I see. Now I see why they're doing the supermarket sweep of getting the stuff out. No one could leave. Well, it must not have been today, because when I drove by there at 8:15, 8:15, I drove by, the cars were there, the workers' cars were there. And then when I drove by again about 8:40, 8:30, 8:40, whatever time it was, they were all gone. So they clearly got everything stocked. I was just twice now that I've been there. I'm like, really? I don't know. I feel the same way when I go to Walmart. Now, Walmart seems a little different though, because they have overnight people that stock, right? Well, they did. Maybe they don't anymore. They used to when they were open 24 hours. Maybe they don't anymore. But they used to stock at night. Now it's like they're stocking in the middle of the day. Okay, guys, we got that Mod Podge on there quite nicely. Stocking in the middle of the day and blocking aisles. It's like, and then, you know, they have those people that are doing those blue bins where they are grocery shopping for the people. Anybody do that? I don't think I would ever do that, because here's my question, and please tell me if you do it and you're good with it and your thoughts on it, because I'd like to know. This is why I feel like I wouldn't do it, because I don't know how long that food has sit in those bins. Like Christy McKenna used to do that, didn't she? So she would know. Like, how long? Like, they'll have, like, I don't know, I'll just say 8 bins, and then they're going around and they're like pulling stuff and putting in. Those bins aren't refrigerated, so what if you get to the freezer section and you grab ice cream? How long is that ice cream sitting in? Like, how does it stay cold? Walmart does stock overnight, and Day Associates stock during the day sometimes. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure out how does that stuff stay good? You know, like, and I'm weird about stuff like that, like how long, because have you ever walked by, like, the return counter, and you know how they say, house goods, or, you know, freezer department, come get your returns. Okay, well, how long have those returns been sitting there? You know, like, somebody picks up some chicken they don't want, and then does that chicken go back? Don't tell me they don't put that chicken back out there, because I know they probably do. Yes, you try to buy it with the back of the freezer. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you got to do that. You got to grab to the back. I do that. I grab to the back with salad. Of course, because they put the oldest salad out in the front, right? Because the expiration date. So I'm digging to the back because bags of salad goes bad in like 2 days in my house. It's like, okay, we have some upstairs right now that says, we just bought it. It's already, yesterday was the date. Oh my gosh, that looks cute, doesn't it? Cute, cute, cute. Love it, love it. And I told Blake, I'm like, we have to eat this salad. Of course, we didn't eat it today. You pull from the middle. I always look at the dates. Like salad, I always look. I'm like, okay, what's today? Like milk, same thing with milk, because we don't drink milk. we use milk in recipes or whatever. You're a total date checker? Yeah. Well, I need to draw some more names. Goodness. Where's my prompter? Just kidding. Just kidding. Let's draw another name. Miss Christy Schaefer. Please let me know if you're new to my page. I don't know if I've seen anybody new, but let me know if you are. Miss Vicki Richards. It's good to see you, my friend. 55, 60. We gotta draw 2 more names. Miss Bonnie Ryan. I don't know. Anyway, I'm really like, you found older things in the back. Always date check. Miss Tammy Johnson. Well, thank you for that. I do. But you know, like milk, like I buy a half gallon of milk. It's expensive, ridiculously expensive anyway. I buy a half gallon of milk and it's dated September 2nd. So, and my husband is like, you're ridiculous with the dates. I'm like, no, I don't want to get food poisoning. Sorry. He's like, you're ridiculous. It's fine. You prefer not to grocery shop at Walmart? I know, right? I prefer not to grocery shop at all. Then I don't have to cook. Okay, you guys, we're going to use some of these owls. These, you still have a day left, okay? And you got to be careful. Okay, here's another tip. I got all kinds of knowledge tonight, you guys. Hobby Lobby. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this. So this must be maybe new. Tell me if it's new, okay? It's the first time I've seen it. Okay, Woodpile, when they have their Woodpile stuff on sale. The sign used to say, and Christy knows this because we've talked about this when we did our Hobby Lobby shopping. If it was, the 40% off was only on items that were what, $5.99 or and up, or it was $4.99. I can't remember. So, yeah, right? So, this time when I went to Hobby Lobby, it said 40% off wood crafts. And then it said like alphabet letters and like plain wood or what, you know how that the wood's unfinished wood or whatever. So these owls, there was 10 owls. I can't talk. There were 10 owls in this pack. So I've got 5 here. We got one little lonely owl left over, I think. But I used 4 in the other one. Yeah, $5.99 and up. So I stood there and looked at that sign like 4 times. I read it. I was like, I don't see that little caveat anymore at the bottom, you know, little tiny print. So I thought the only way, because here's what I bought when I was there. These little guys are really super cute. They're $1.49, but 40% off. You got a little thankful. I got the grateful. I got the home. I've had these before, but they're great to craft with. And then I've got the one that says, welcome to our home. I thought that was really cool. But I wanted these at 40% off, not, you know, paying full price. So I went on their website and looked, and up popped the picture of this one. And it was marked down 40%. I was like, dude, I'm excited. But then I get up to the checkout and the gal, you know how they have to push the buttons, you know, they have to go in and push the buttons for the 40% off or whatever. And she put it in the bag, and I was like, you know, they lump things together. So they'll look at these and they'll be like, oh, this is $1.49, this is $1.49, this is $1.49. There'll be like 3 at $1.49. It'll pop up the full price, and then they hit 40% off. So there's a lot of things going on at the checkout at Hobby Lobby. They stopped the $5.90 thing at least a month ago. Any Woodpile. It's awesome. Hello, mother. Isn't it awesome? I was so excited because that was one thing I complained about in the beginning. I was like, you're never going to get those items, those little wood, you know, unfinished wood items, at a discounted rate because they have that little caveat. So the gal put them in the bag, and then I said, can you tell me if those rang up at, those were 40% off? And she just kind of looks at me, and she looks at her, and I looked at the ad for the week, and the ad for the week was not clear. And I said, when I said, I actually went on the website and looked it up. And I said, do you want me to show you? And she's like, no, it's fine. I believe you or whatever. And there was a girl behind me, I actually went to high school with. She was like, I'm glad you asked because I bought something from that area too. I'm like, see, you gotta watch them. They just, Hobby Lobby likes to take your money. Okay, I just kidding. Okay, you guys, tonight we're gonna do 5 little owls and we're gonna do a little branch cinnamon, similar to the one I did last night. But I'm gonna pull these up here. We're gonna paint them. They're gonna be super cute. But then we're gonna use this little metal word called gather. So it says gather. Would you guys like it on the bottom or the top? What do you guys think? You always have mistakes on sale items, so Washington, you complain every time because I know. You know what I hate to do? I hate to have to go back in there. I just hate to have to go back in there. It just drives me nuts. Like to go back and go, this is wrong. Okay, so our family of owls is gathering. I know we do need to plan and meet. You like it on the bottom? Okay, so I'm gonna we're gonna paint our owls first. Painting our owls, okay. Painting the owls. So like, I decided I was just gonna do like a family of 5 owls. Like, we were a family of 5. So like mom and dad, the 3 kids. A lot of people have 3 kids now, you know? I don't know. Okay, so the colors I picked were English Navy. And I know there's not blue in this, but I love English Navy for the fall. And then I picked King's Gold. So those are Cracker Barrel. Just kidding. Apple Barrel. And then I picked Anita's All-Purpose Wine, because that looks really good with that. And then I picked a khaki, Apple Barrel khaki, and Burr Umber. Okay, so we're going to try using those. Curious how you will paint the owls? Well, hold my, no, just kidding. Just kidding, I won't say that. I'm actually going to use a baby wipe. We're going to use a baby wipe and see how it goes. You can use a brush. I don't have, excuse me, what I need to get, which I don't think I have any, or they're still packed away somewhere in the craziness over here, is the little makeup sponges from Dollar Tree. That's usually what I would use on stuff like this, but I don't know if they're probably hidden somewhere. But last night I just painted them with brushes, but let me just try a little something different. So what I'm going to do is just put a little on your brush, on your wipe, and then just blot it on here. But to keep it from like getting all, can you guys see that okay? From getting all like everywhere, you just blot a little bit of it off. But you can totally use a brush for this. I might even end up doing that with going back to the brush. It gets a little bit thick there because I didn't wipe that off. But these little guys soak up the paint, or they don't soak up the paint. I don't know it's like little grooves in the owls. But then it kind of looks cool too, so. I don't know why I felt like the daddy owl. This is the one I call the daddy owl. I don't know why. Okay, you came on late. Where are the owls from? Oh my goodness, mother. No, just kidding. Hobby Lobby. The owls came from Hobby Lobby. I think I threw away oh no, right here. So they're in the woodpile section. If you would like some owls, they're $2.99, but they're 40% off right now. So one thing I did notice last night is that these owls, they're like laser cut, and they have the little cutouts. See the little half moon cutouts there? But there's a couple of them right here. See those right there? They didn't punch out. So you just take something, and this is one of those little weeding tools, and you just punch it out. So then you've got your full little, you need to leave in there. They're kind of cute, but like literally there's only like 1 or 2 in there, so you know they just didn't pop out like they should have. All right, so there's our little blue owl. He's really cute. We'll put him aside. He's almost like a Michigan. My daughter calls me mother when I'm in trouble, otherwise it's mama. You don't really, Mom, you were just curious. You were just asking a question. Okay, let's go this one. Let's do the King's Gold on this one. I only started calling my mother on here because it's just, hello, mother, and I think it's funny. All right, let's try the brush this time. Let's just get a little crazy. Hold on. Let's see if this is small enough. All right, so this is our Apple Barrel King's Gold. You still gotta blot this off because your brush is gonna have a lot on it. And I try not to get it to like go over the sides like crazily. And that's why those makeup sponges work really well. And if you order like laser cuts things from Crafters, sometimes they will put in their little notes that they advise you to use those just because it helps keep your paint from, you know, getting all blotchy and in the holes and such. You're not sure why she calls you that? I only call you that on here. Although maybe I will start calling you that other times. You guys, tomorrow is a big day. If you've been with me, whoa, my husband just put his recliner down because of the Bates Motel show. I don't even like that show. Tomorrow is Blake and my 1-year wedding anniversary. Can you believe it? Can you believe we've been married a whole year? Isn't that crazy? Okay, you gotta look how pretty this one. I'll put these by each other because these are gonna look like the University of Michigan owls. Look how pretty those are. Okay, so we'll put those by each other. So that worked out really good. Yes, tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary, and it's actually my parents' 51st anniversary. Now you guys know my dad is no longer with us, but still my mom and dad's 51st wedding anniversary. And we got married on the same, you love you some Norman Bates, and we got married on the same day. Okay, let's use our wine color on this cutie. Well, thank you, thank you. My mom asked me what we were doing tomorrow, and I said, well, I'm getting ready for a craft show on Sunday, and my husband has his NFL draft on tomorrow night. He told me a little bit ago, he was like, it'll be over by 7. I'm like, okay, but what? I know, doesn't it seem weird that it's already been 1 year? Okay, guys, I'm trying to find a brush. This one's got like a little paint on it. Okay. Let's do our little wine here. We'll try it again with the brush. Yeah, it's been a year already. So anyway, he's gonna go do his fantasy football draft. You know, it's a big thing. I'm just like, okay, whatever. He's like, I'll be done by 7. I'm like, listen, I don't want to be going out late. You know how I am. I was telling him, he was like complaining because I've been going to bed early lately. I've just been tired. And I'm like, listen, I've been going to bed at 9 o'clock since I was like 7th grade. You need to get over it. You go by the Bates Motel when you're in the UP? Is it legit a Bates Motel? Is it called the Bates Motel? Miss Vicky, how's the new house? The new house is great. It is great. We close on the old house next, on the 1st. What, next Thursday? I think it's Thursday. So that'll be all done, and we'll be all finished with that. And we love our new house. The dogs love the house. It was cooler out today, so I left the central air off, and I left the dog door. Well, the dog door is usually open during the day, but like the slider into the house, I don't leave that open if the air's running. And got our first electric bill for the month. We're like, ugh. But we're like, wait a minute, we're like cooling a house twice as big as the other house we were in, so it would make sense that it's more, right? It's called the Bates Motel. I wouldn't stay there. You should. Maybe you should stop there and take a picture when you guys go by. That would be funny. But yeah, and then what happens is my dog Edna, she thinks it's just a great game to just run in and out of that dog door, just like it's you know, it's just like a swinging, you know, because it's fun. It's a good game, but I try not to let them just be willy-nilly out without paying attention, because I was working today. Because Espen wouldn't, well, she hasn't. She's kind of chunky, so she really can't. But Edna's really long and slinky. Oh, this is pretty. That's going to be pretty. Let's check out, sit that on there. Look how that's going to be really pretty on there. If you guys can see that color, but it does look match really well. And Edna's, you know, already escaped once, so I don't need her taking off. You'll take a picture of it. Awesome. So, yeah, so I got to keep an eye on them because I don't need her taken off. And I heard a neighbor's dog this morning that was barking. It sounded like a hunting dog, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a big scary dog. But Espen would run. Edna, no, she'd run right up to it. So we're going to use burnt umber on, whoops, on this little owl. Yeah. So anybody have any exciting weekend plans? Oops, got a little heavy on that one. I think it's supposed to be nice this week. Well, I hope so anyway. If anybody's local, whoops, wrong color. I dipped in the wrong color there. The craft show that I'm doing on Sunday is at, it's on Columbia Avenue. It's at the Salon Suites. And they have, the gal that's organizing it was telling me about when I went, because basically they're doing a raffle. And the money raised in the raffle goes to the children and women's shelter here in Battle Creek called Safe Place. And so they have food trucks. They have a band that's going to play. There's like 20 vendors. There's our brown one. It's really cool. I mean, it sounds really cool. I haven't heard of it before because she said, I asked, she said, this is the second annual. You're babysitting your great granddaughter. Oh, aww. She said that this is the second annual, and I said, well, how did it go last year? She goes, actually, the first year was in 2019, and they haven't had it since. So, okay, you guys, we're going to use khaki on this one, because I wanted to try a little just a lighter color owl. So, yeah, they haven't had one since before COVID. And she said the year they did have it, there was a lot of construction on the road, and it was a kind of a mess. So we don't have that this time. So hopefully it will have a big turnout. It's Sunday. But it sounds fun. Sounds fun. One of my followers, and I follow her too, her name is Regina, and she has a page called Happy Hooking. I always laugh when I say it. But she's a crocheter. She retired from where we worked. We didn't work together directly, but she retired from the government as well, and she crochets and she does other crafts as well, but her page is called Happy Hookin', and she's going to be there too. So that's a pretty one. Pretty little beige owl. Okay, so let's dry these up. Ooh, we might have to hit this little wine colored one again. He's looking kind of light. Your son is coming to town for a few days. You haven't seen him since April 17th. That's my birthday. Well, he needs to come see his mama. Where am I located, Miss Kimberly? I'm in Battle Creek, Michigan. If you're in Michigan or somewhere close, come on up. Just kidding. Oh, shoot. Okay. I don't know, I kind of like these the way they look. You can always just distress them a little bit more. Maybe we'll do that. Well, that's exciting. See your son. Wait, oops. I moved closer to my son and I still don't see him. What the heck? I'm gonna have to get after him. He did call me tonight. He probably doesn't remember that it's his mom and stepdad's anniversary tomorrow. Probably doesn't remember that. Kids. All right. Just distressing these a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that, but he's stinking cute, you guys. He's stinking cute. I'm going to take it off the paper towel. I don't think you're going to be able to do the yellow one very well. Yeah, we'll just leave him. Should you pack the truck with crafts and come to the craft shop? Oh, I should pack the truck. Oh. That's going to be a long trip, isn't it? We'll be back in a week. Oh, see, I like that one. That one distress. You see, the lighting is so bad. I have got to get a ring light back up here. I've got one, I just have to get it. I gotta get my act together. All right, so this is gonna be our center owl, and then we're gonna have, let's see, maybe we'll put the light one and dark one here. How's that? How you guys like that? Blue's the only color that doesn't match the whole thing, but I think it's cute. Do you guys like it, or should I change it? Do you guys liking blue? Bring the furry children. Okay, do you guys like the blue? Or should I change the blue to like orange? Maybe blue doesn't really go with it. Tell me what you think while this is another stick out of my yard. You live in Iowa, but we're in northeast Wisconsin on vacation. We were in Michigan last week, went to Mackinac Island. Awesome! You came on late. Can you tell me where you got the owls? The Miss Carmela, let's say your name right. The owls came from Hobby Lobby, and if you're close to a Hobby Lobby, you can get these 40% off till tomorrow, and then probably what, 2 weeks from now. Blue goes good with it. Leave the blue. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, you think orange? All right, you guys. I think, I mean, okay, you know what I could do? I could do orange on the back, and we could put it on here, and then we could decide if we want blue or orange. How's that? Blue or orange? Blue or orange. Okay, let me get some harvest. No, pumpkin. Okay. You like it? You live in Iowa also? Lots of Iowa friends in the house. You guys, I was in Iowa when I was in college. I played softball at college, and we, like, I don't know what school it was. It was like Iowa, maybe my mom remembers. It was like Iowa University, or it wasn't like the Iowa school, you know, like the big Iowa school, but I don't know what that means, but you know what I'm talking about. They had a indoor football arena, and we actually played softball on the AstroTurf, if that makes sense. Like, we played, because, I mean, I don't know why we were inside. I guess the weather still wasn't good. I don't know if it was in the winter or what, but that was an interesting thing to try to play softball on AstroTurf, because it's quite springy. You do you, boo. That's funny. All right, well, let me try some, this is going to be easier on this one, just to do this. This works much easier. I don't know, blue is, I love that blue, but it's almost like standing out to me, like, So maybe we can decide if or we like the orange better. I do love the blue though. All right, let me dry that. Okay, that's probably where it was at then. I have no clue. My mom might remember the town we were in. I don't. You like that shaped owl the bus? Isn't he cute? Like a little chunky. And here's this, like, this is his little kid. his mini me. Okay. All right, you guys. Here's the decision. There's the orange owl. Whoops. Well, it doesn't matter. They can go down like that. There's the orange owl. There's the blue owl. Mason played baseball at I knew of Evans Field. It was more. Oh, no, we couldn't wear cleats either. We had to wear, you guys like the blue? There was a lot of cornfields. Or I see blue, blue, orange. Oh, I bet you was Cedar Falls. Orange, blue. Hello, Miss Kelly Sue. Blue, orange, blue, orange. Blue, orange, blue, orange. I don't know. Blue, orange. Orange. Alright. Okay, to fix this, okay, here's how we have to do this, because you can hit the button, you know, a million times, right? So give me, if you like the blue, give me some hearts. If you like the orange, thumbs up. Is that thumbs up? I don't know. What's the other one? What's the other option? What's the blue one? Whatever the blue option is. Thumbs, whatever the blue. Okay. Blue, blue, blue. Red, blue, red, red, blue. like 1 for 1. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of blue. Okay, you guys gotta hit that red if you like it. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of blues now. Okay, I think we got. I should have said blue for the blue, right? Okay, looks like we're gonna go with the blue. Okay, I gotcha. So I'm gonna pull these up here, and I gotta get my stick. So this was you guys. I'm gonna cut the stick down. But when I was trying to find a stick in the yard last night, I pulled a couple sticks, and as I was pulling sticks, I was picking up sticks, and I was just like looking at them, and then like we had a pile behind a tree, right? So I was, put the yellow in the middle. You think that looks better? Get the yellow in the middle? Does that make it look more evened out because of the 2 dark colors? Is that what you're saying? You guys like that? So anyway, my husband was on the Four Seasons porch enjoying himself, and he said, I love how you just picked up a stick and then just, if you didn't want it, you just threw it back down. I said I wasn't doing yard work. I was out there trying to find something to craft with. This wasn't artwork. This was not yard work time. Blue in the middle. Okay, blue in the middle. So wait. So do we want the blue in the middle? I mean, I could always put the little, I could always put the little ones in. I could move the little ones in. We could do this. Maybe the little ones need to come in. What do you think about that? I almost like that better. With the little guys in the inside, and they're protecting them. I was craft prepping, and I was like, I don't have time to be doing yard work. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm gonna look at the gather. Should be like right about here. So I think if I put my stick right here, that would be good. You like it like that? I think it looks cute like that, you guys. Let's put some glue on this stick. Don't waste money on sticks. Go out in your yard and find some sticks. Be resourceful. I'm looking forward to pine cones dropping. We have pine trees. You like the little ones in the middle and the yellow in the middle. Wait, you want the yellow in the middle and the little ones on the... Okay, hold on, I gotta hold my stick down. That looks better, little ones inside. Okay, but we're questioning yellow in the middle. Okay. So blue on the end and yellow in the middle. Reminds me of that song. Round on the end and high in the middle. Ohio. Don't tell my husband I just said that. He does not like Ohio. Okay, I think we're good with the stick. All right, do we like that one better now? That setup. I do like the little ones. Yellow needs to be in the middle. Okay, do you guys like? Whoops, yellow in the middle. No, blue middle. No, blue in the middle. All right, you guys still have a couple seconds to or a couple minutes to decide how you like it, because oh my goodness, you guys, I look around this craft room and I'm like, where did I put things? Like, I've just been like, I'm like a mad scientist lately. I'm just flinging things everywhere. Spanish moss, I just had it last night. What did I do with it? Ugh, 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 ugh. Anybody see it in the Does anybody see any Spanish moss? It's probably like literally right here in front of my face. I just don't see it. Maybe it's under the table. Hold on. Oh, yeah, here it is. One of the Dollar Tree bags was on top of it. Swap the red and the blue. So, 2 same owls are separate. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, like that. How's that? Say your daughter and I were in the yard and go to watch Mama scroll. Maybe one of the trees in the yard. Oh my goodness. We have not had, I mean, since we had the baby bunnies born at the other house, we haven't. See, I'm hoping with the dog run, with the puppies, we don't encounter any more issues with, you know, babies being born like a nest. Blue still needs to be, you guys still think Blue needs to be in the middle? You guys are conflicted tonight. Okay, I like to make this little, even though it's a stick, right? I still like to make this little like nesty, like, this is why I do not like Spanish moss from Dollar Trees. Like they just went and picked this off the street or something. Sticks everywhere. I almost bought some Spanish moss at Hobby Lobby yesterday, but it wasn't on sale. I was like, I am not paying that price for it. Okay. I like the little, like, I don't know, the look. Red or blue in the middle. Yellow next to the little light. So we still like the blue in the middle, huh? Then we're back to the one being next to the other one. Should they be sitting on the stick? Well, they are on the stick. They just have some moss on this. The stick has moss on it. Does that make sense? And they're not going to be on top of the stick. They're going to be kind of, so they look like they're below it. It's almost like I'm just giving the stick a little bit of, a little bit more than just the stick just being all plain up there. You do what makes you happy. What makes me happy is taking naps. No, just kidding. All right. I did like that keeping those two away from each other. I think that's the only way to do that, is to keep them away from each other, is to put the blue on the end. I do agree for that. All right. All right, see how they are sitting on the stick? They're just got a little bit of Spanish moss. They're in the swamp. It's like a fuzzy stick. All right, you guys, let's start with the yellow one. We're going yellow in the middle. That's where we're going. You don't need a ton of glue on these little stinkers, but Lord, I hope that's the middle. I think it's the middle. Yellow is down. It'll be fabulous no matter what color it goes there. This is just to inspire you. That's all I'm here for. Laughs, and because you're scrolling Facebook and didn't find anything else you want to watch. Just kidding. You're committed now. I know I'm committed. I just had to pull the trigger. I love him. He's so stinking cute. Pull the trigger. There's not much surface to glue on this one. He's little. All right, a little burgundy gal. Your Elvis movie's coming on. You know, I don't know if I ever watched an Elvis movie. That's probably like a sin, isn't it? I should be watching Elvis. I don't think I've ever watched one. Like, I haven't even, like, the new one that was out. I know people went and saw that. I didn't see that. Anybody see that one? Is that the one you're talking about, the new one? All right, just trimming up our little fuzzy stick. I don't think I've ever watched an Elvis movie. I don't think I have. I don't know if I have or not. I don't know. Was he a good actor? Was Elvis a good actor? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I do know. Probably my mom would let me watch Elvis. I'll blame her. No, I don't think my mom watched Elvis. Wouldn't that be like how people would have watched Elvis, like when they were younger, when the Elvis movies, is their parents would have been watching it, and you would have like joined in. Okay, hold on, you guys. I'm gonna get some glue strands off here. Trim up our fuzzy stick a little bit. So, use your imagination. They really are sitting on the stick. It just has fuzz on it. You just stay awake like, mother enough. They have moss at Michael's that is orange brown color, so pretty. Oh. Ooh, okay, I like that. I think it's cute. Okay, so the only other question I have for the rest of this card, is should I leave gather? Hold on, we gotta get some more glue on our moss here. Should we leave gather this color? Ooh, little hot. Don't burn yourself. Should we leave gather? Okay, this, oh, shucks. Thank you, Miss Oli. How are you? You remember Elvis movies when we're on Saturday afternoons when you were a teen? Okay, so you guys, these were from Walmart, and they're actually called napkin toppers. I bought them when they were on clearance, so they were $2 for 4 of these. Grateful, Thankful, Gather, and Blessed. Blessed is over here. Here, I'll show you what I did with Blessed. This is another craft I worked on the other night. So Blessed is on this little picture, this little frame. So that's what I did with Blessed. I did some gold. You don't like the Gather? I put the Gather on there because I thought the owls were gathering. Whoops. That's why I picked Gather. You guys don't like, you want me to put Grateful? Oh, sorry. Sorry, you're keeping me up. I'm just kidding. That's why I picked Gather, because I thought it would be cute with our little owls, because they're gathering. But do you guys like the color of it, or should I dry brush it with some plaster? Maybe I should do that. Then it'll actually lighten it up a little bit. Let's see. You guys, this is it's like a copper or a brushed metal, so even if we didn't like it, I probably could take it back off. Do you see where I was going with that? That's why I picked it. They're gathering. All right, let me find a brush here. All right. Oops, little heavy. So you guys, I got some new stuff. I've only used it once. I'll have to use it on a live sometime. You're supposed to actually let it sit. It's called Slick Stick. Anybody ever heard of it? It's from Dixie Belle. And you're supposed to use it. All right, I like this, but I almost feel like I need a little bit of the gold. I like that gold look on here. Hold on. Let's do this and then dry it a little bit. It's called Slick Stick. Good night, Miss Christy. You're only just gonna miss me gluing this on here, and then we're gonna be done. I end up putting some little, I might put some little bows on the owls, but I'll probably just wait till But anyway, you put the slick stick on stuff that's like metal that's hard for the paint to stick to, and then it makes it easy, you know, it'll stay on. Yeah, a crafter was using it one day, and so I ordered some. But yeah, let me see if I have it right here. Yeah, right here. This is what it looks like. Slick stick. Dixie Belle. It's pricey, but you literally use like so minimal. But you're supposed to, technically it says you're supposed to put it on and let it sit like 24 hours or something before you paint. Probably if you're, you know, I don't know, I used it on something, I did not let it sit and it was fine. But, you know, big things like if you were maybe painting something really big that was metal, maybe that's... I just make up my own rules. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to use it and paint right away, so... Alright, I like this little... with a little gold, with a little white, it just lightens it up a little bit. This is brushed. I'll hold it up for you. It's Folk Art brushed metal in the color brushed gold. I've used this quite a bit because I love this color. Yeah, you have to check it out because, you know, when you're painting metal, like it's, or even like not just metal, but some of the like even Dollar Tree photo frames that are like that plastic coated. Facebook kicked you out. Rude. Alright. See if you guys like this. Let me get it drying. You gotta be careful. This is metal, and I'm drying it with a heat gun, and then I'm gonna touch it and burn my hand. So I gotta be careful, because that's what I do. Oh, shoot. So you gotta let it set for a second, because it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. Alright, it's not too bad. Alright, let's see if you guys like that. Maybe I need to put something behind it. I don't know. It almost doesn't... still doesn't seem like it pops, does it? Maybe I just need to go whiter on it. Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Let's do some more plaster on it and see. I don't know which brush I was using for plaster. I know you can't see it, can you? I know. I'm frustrated. Why can't I see it? Now that I got some paint on it, let me go over. I can splotch some white or some plaster on here. Maybe it'll just... Make it look like bird poop. Just kidding. I thought about some burlap, but I was like, it's kind of such a small space down there. I wasn't sure. And the brown burlap, I'm not sure if that would make it any better, you know? Like... I don't know. I'm trying to make this look a little bit, almost looks a little bit brushed with the white, the way I'm splotching it on here. Splotch, splotch, splotch. You guys see it? I don't know if you can even see it on the paper towel. Oh, a light orange. Well, hold on. Let's see how this looks here. And I mean, I'm liking how this looks because now it's looking like it's actually kind of like brushed. Is it too light? Remember, my light is really cruddy, so it might not look... It actually doesn't look too bad. I almost feel like I need to add some... it's gonna be... It's gonna be really thick because I'm gonna keep adding to it. What about some burnt umber? Looks a lot better. I don't know. I feel like it needs... Maybe I don't know. Hold on. We're gonna do a little bit of... Even though we just lightened it. Hold on. Let's not use that brush. I just almost feel like it needs to be darker. I don't know. didn't want it to go that dark. Well, maybe it's going to be that dark and I can brush it off a little bit. I don't know, you guys. I might have to rethink this whole thing right here with this. Or maybe if I go with lightly over this, you can still see the white underneath it. Maybe it'll pop a little more, but maybe I do need to put some. I got a piece of burlap here. We can see how it looks. Just kind of making it look a little like what are those chocolate balls that are like dusted with powdered sugar? That's what it looks like. You know me, chocolate always on the mind. Looks good enough to eat. All right, I'll just set that on there. Oh, goodness. I don't know, I'm just not loving that. Just not loving it. Dry brush with pumpkin paint. Okay, hold on. I've got a piece. Let me just set this burlap on here. This is just a scrap piece that's laying here. And I know it's obviously too big, but let's just sit that there and see when you put the burlap underneath that. Is that better though? Can you see it better? White was better. So I wonder if I went in with the white now on top of it again. Like I said, it's going to be super thick. Back and forth, no decisions. Can't make up my mind. Oh, that's got brown on it. Darn it. I'm going to have to be washing a bunch of brushes, you guys. A bunch. All right, here's another coat of plaster over it. Where'd that burlap go? Fell on the floor. All right, so let me just set this piece on here so you guys can see if I need to use that on there. There's with the burlap underneath it, and there's with it not. I think it needs to be, we need to do a piece of burlap underneath it. You know, I have oh, it wouldn't match. I was gonna say I have orange burlap, but, or maybe, hold on. I have a piece of dark burlap. Hold on. Hold, please. Right here. Is that better? Well, no, I know it's too wide. It's gonna have to be cut down. That's why I was like, I'll have to fix it. I'll definitely have to fix it. Definitely have to work it down here. Work it down. Do you guys like that though? No, you don't like it? What in the world? Why is it not showing up? Did you see it on the brown though? On the dark brown? It looks better on the dark brown. But hold on. Let's see. Let me trim it down here. No burlap. I'm going to cut it out here just to look at it because something's got to make this sucker pop because it's just not loving I'm not loving the look of it. Something's got to work. The orange burlap I have is so bright. I don't think it'll, I mean, if it was more like a burnt color, I think it would look a lot better, but it's so bright. I feel like it's going to be like, eek. We're going to make it like a rainbow craft. Yes, Miss Karen, I did paint the word. I painted the word gather. I painted the gather. It was like just a dark brown. Yeah, that's still too wide. Steel T1. All right, hold on here. Getting this piece down a little bit more. Gotta just whittle it down so it fits in the spot. We'll see if it. All right. Okay, here's our piece of burlap now. Okay, is that better? Dry brush with paint the word yellow. Dry brush with pumpkin paint. I could. It might look kind of good with the King's Gold that we used on the actual the owl. What do you think about that? I don't want to do a separate yellow. I see 2 sticks holding up the nest with the word between them, but I just jumped out. Wait, there's 1 stick and there is Spanish moss on the stick. All right, do you want me to try some King's Gold on it? You like the dark burlap? I mean, at this point, I've got another gather if it's screwed up. I mean, we've got so much paint on here now. It's like, he doesn't know what color started out. I'm just kidding. All right, hold on. Let's see. I think because... No, I don't love that. Because the white is making it almost look bright yellow. Hold on, getting the yellow off here. See, that's the beauty of metal. Hold on, you guys, I'm just hurt on my leg. I could scrape this all off here. Scrape it down to... Now if I put the burlap on, maybe we're just going back to a little rustic. Leave it as it is and use the burlap. You guys like it like that? I think we could just call it good. I'm just kind of getting it because I don't know, it's just kind of, it is what it is now. There's all kinds of colors of paint on there. I don't know how good you can see. Mix the orange with some brown paint. Mr. Orville is in the wait, hold on, we gotta get an update, Mr. Orville. Sister Carol, while you're home getting some things done in Texas. He seems to be the life of the party at the assisted living. Well, he needs to ring up a Rowena May inspired while he's there. That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad he's doing well. Glad to hear that. Okay, let's glue this burlap on here. We're gonna go for it. Okay, hold on, probably off the screen, but I'm gonna glue this on here. We're just gonna put a little strip of glue on. We don't need a whole lot. It'll stay. It's good. Kind of centered underneath the three centered gals there. And then we're gonna put our gather right on top of it. Okay. Boy, we got a pile of paintbrushes. That is not my friend. Pile of paintbrushes I do not love. All right, so let me get my, I'll use hot glue on this, but I'm probably gonna have to go back and use some. Here, I got some super glue here. Leave it as is. Just leave it. Stop the insanity. Don't do it anymore. I won't. I'm done. Stick a fork in it. We're done. the dealio here? Gotta remember how to do the, how to use the, you guys, this is gel super glue from Dollar Tree, okay? I like this gel version of super glue because it's less, the other stuff is runny and I stick my fingers together all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of that super glue on there. I don't have any E6000, so we're gonna use super glue. I'm gonna put some hot glue on here. You know, metal and hot glue don't always get along, but we've got the super glue to give it our good hold, okay? We're just gonna put a little hot glue to get it on here so we can put it to bed. We'll hold it down for a second. Yeah, I do too. I use the super glue quite a bit. All right, you guys, let me get some glue strands off here. There we go. Let me hold it up so you can see what we ended up with. I'm gonna hold it just in case it falls because it's still. Hey, you guys, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you like our little gather? I think it turned out cute. All in all, I think it turned out stinking cute. So let me just recap. This was just a frame that I got recently, estate sale frame. I love picking up those kind of frames, oak frames. Scrapbook came from Hobby Lobby, or scrapbook paper. Scrapbook paper came from Hobby Lobby. The gather came from the, these were from Walmart, and they're actually called napkin toppers. So, you know, you got fancy schmancy table, you want to put those on there for that, but that's what those are for. I used a stick from my yard, some Spanish moss, and then these little owls came from the woodpile section at Hobby Lobby, which if you go tomorrow, you can get those 40% off. So they're pretty reasonable, $2.99, 40% off. And we painted them up with all the different colors, and there is our gather owl craft. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. I believe I'm on Craft Around the Clock on Monday, but I'll put the post out to let you guys know. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.